27 Facts about Trump's VP pick J.D. Vance. Mr. Vance's coming-of-age memoir included many personal facts. We gathered highlights. President-elect J.D. Vance has been well studied. From his best-selling 2016 memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, and his numerous other statements and writings, here are 27 facts about him. 1. He was not always James David Vance. Birth name, James Donald Bowman. After his mother remarried, it became James David Hamill, then again. 2. He wanted an example. He was 6 when his father departed. This was the saddest I had ever felt, he said in his memoir. He wrote, "Of all the things I detested about my childhood, nothing compared to the revolving door of father figures." 3. He had trouble with his 5 times married mother. His automobile ride with his mother, who often abused him, is one of the book's most terrible passages. She accelerated to what seemed like 100 miles per hour and warned me she was going to smash the car and kill us both, he recalls. After she slowed down so she could beat him in the back of the car, he jumped out and ran to a neighbor's house, who called the police. 4. His parents were Blue Dog Democrats. He spent much of his childhood with his hillbilly grandparents, Papa and Mama. His mama had an affinity for Bill Clinton and his papa only voted for Ronald Reagan once, leaving the Democrats. According to one interview, "The parents who raised me were classic Blue Dog Democrats, Union Democrats, right? Socially conservative, they adored their country." 5. He loved Black Sabbath, Eric Clapton, and Led Zeppelin as a teen. His religious biological father returned, nevertheless. "When we first reconnected, he made it apparent that he didn't like my vintage rock, especially Led Zeppelin," he wrote. "He merely suggested I listen to Christian rock." 6. He learned to accept gays. Mr. Vance remarked, "Never forget the time I convinced myself I was gay." He thought something was wrong because he wasn't old enough to like the other sex. His grandmother informed him, "You're not gay, and even if you were, it would be okay. Your God would love you." As he stated, "Now that I'm older, I understand her sentiment. Gay people, albeit unknown, didn't harm Mama. A Christian had more pressing issues." 7. He campaigned against federal homosexual and interracial marriage protections. He called it a bizarre distraction from bigger challenges. "Gay marriage is the law in this country," he added. "I'm not attempting to change that." 8. He became Catholic late. Mr. Vance married at 35 in 2019. His patron saint was St. Augustine. "Augustine provided me a method to grasp Christian religion in a strongly academic sense," he said in an interview that year. "I was an angry atheist too. As someone who spent his life believing you had to be stupid to be a Christian, Augustine showed in a powerful way that that's not true." 9. A young Marine. After high school, Mr. Vance joined the Marines and served in Iraq, where I was lucky to miss any serious fighting, but it affected me severely nonetheless. Public Affairs and the Media Relations Officer for Cherry Point, a big North Carolina military base, were his roles. 10. Proud to be an American always works. "I choke up when I hear Lee Greenwood's ridiculous anthem Proud to be an American," he wrote. "When I was 16, I promised to shake every veteran's hand, even if I had to awkwardly interject." 11. Never a birther. The racial birther conspiracy against Barack Obama, most famously promoted by Mr. Trump, upset Mr. Vance and disturbed him that people in his area seemed so vulnerable to such ideas. 12. He grew to dislike Obama and like Trump. Obama was unable of uttering anything outside of the elite consensus, Mr. Vance said in 2022, calling him a living, talking Atlantic magazine subscription. 13. He experienced Yale Law School imposter syndrome. He wrote, "I lived among the newly branded elites, and by every outward appearance, I was one. I am a stale, white, straight man. Never felt out of place in my life. I did at Yale." 14. Usha and Mr. Vance met at Yale. A Hindu pundit blessed their 2013 Kentucky wedding. "Usha definitely brings me back to earth," Mr. Vance told Megyn Kelly in 2021. Image.